is greater than the reason. When we think about our lives and we think about where we are in life, and if you take an honest, in-depth look at where you are right now, if you would honestly, just be brutally honest with yourself, you know that you sit here and really you shouldn't be. Didn't get no amen.
Amen.
There are some things we've done in our life. There are some ways we live that warranted that we should have died.
Yeah.
There were times we played with our own life.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
We put our own self in danger. We went around dangerous people. We done dangerous things. We played around with our body. We played around with chemicals. We played around with people. We played around with places. We played around with things. When you think about you're sitting here right now,
That's right.
there were many reasons why you should have been dead. But God's purpose for your life was greater.
That's right.
God's purpose for your life was greater than the reasons that you should have died. So I found out that purpose is in the same line with favor. Because God's purpose on my life, he gave me favor in my foolishness. Huh? Yeah. There were some things I said. There were some things I done. There were some places I gone that should have warranted me not to come out of it. But God's purpose on my life was greater than that. Huh? When you think about Peter cutting off the centurion soldier's ear, standing while the centurion soldier had thousands of other soldiers behind him, Peter should have been dead.
Yeah.
But God's purpose for his life was greater than the reason why Peter cut off the man's ear. Yes, when you think about Peter challenging Jesus to walk on the water, you know Peter should have drowned. But God's purpose for Peter's life was greater than his challenge of Jesus. It was greater than his reason for asking Jesus if it was him. I'm here to tell you that your purpose for your life is greater than the reason that you have for your life. Because your reason, your rationality has nothing to do with the purpose and the plan and will of God that he has for your life. And you best be glad that there's purpose spoken over your life. Because if you didn't have a purpose, if God didn't have a reason for you, you would have long expired. Don't you know it's God's purpose for your life while you're still sitting here breathing and moving and have use of your limbs and have use of your beings? God's got a purpose for you. And as long as there is a purpose for your life, you can enjoy living and breathing.
Amen.
How is it that God tells Moses to stretch forth the rod, that the children can walk through on dry land?
That's right.
Yeah, I found out that God's purpose, when you went against reason, it just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense that the water would stand up in walls and you can walk on dry land on a sea that's been there for ages.
That's right.
But God's purpose was greater than the water. God's purpose was greater than the sea. God's purpose was greater for the children of Israel. And I woke up this morning thanking God for purpose. And I don't know if you know your purpose, but you better find out what your purpose is. And if you can't do nothing but praise, that's your purpose. If you can't do nothing but worship, that's your purpose. If you can't do nothing but give thanks, that's your purpose. But you better go to God and find out what's my purpose. Because purpose is greater than reason. There are many things while we were caught up. We were caught up with many things. And some of the things that we've been caught up with, I didn't used to believe in generational curses. It was hard for me to accept the fact that I had alcoholism in my family and I would one day be an alcoholic. Yeah, I had a difficult time accepting that there would be pimps and drug dealers in my family, and one day I might be a pimp and a drug dealer. There was a difficult time that there are promiscuous people in my family, and I may grow up one day and be promiscuous. Yeah, I had a difficult time accepting some of the things that come with this generational curse, and I didn't want to say, well, I'm not going to be how they were. But when I got old enough, wait a minute, Mike, when I got bold enough, because I wasn't old enough. When I got bold enough, I found myself doing some of the same things that my family member was doing. But they were grown in doing it, and I was young and doing it.
Yeah, you were doing it.
Huh? And then I started figuring out, well, wait a minute, you mean to tell me it's something to this generational thing?
That's right.
Now, the reason why I was doing it, Kim, is because it was a generational curse. But the reason why I was delivered is because of God's purpose. And I don't care why you have traced back the origin of why you are the way you are, and why you do what you do, and why you think what you think, and why you are doing what you're doing. I'm here to tell you right now, if you live to see through it, God's purpose was greater than that. Huh? Let me tell you something right now. Don't you let nothing that has happened in your life remove you from God's purpose. Oh, it's finna get heavy right now. I'm finna go deep with it. And I don't care if you've been molested, and I don't care if you've been raped, and I don't care if you've been abused, I don't care if you've been misused, I don't care about the mean and nasty people who hurt you. If you have grown up and you have made it to this point, and God has strengthened you to make it to this point, you better know you got purpose, and it's greater than what you've gone through. It's greater than what you hurt was. It's greater than what your pain was. It was greater. It's greater. Your purpose is greater. And I found out all the mean, nasty people I ran into when I was young. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
He will reap it. Yes.
And if they were being mean and nasty to you, don't worry about it. Somebody gonna be mean and nasty to them. If they hurt you, somebody gonna hurt them. Huh? If somebody dogged them, dogged you out, somebody gonna dog them out.
You reap what you sow.
Huh?
All day.
Because God's purpose, I found out something. God's purpose also will protect you.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
God's purpose is also a protector. Huh? I said God's purpose is also a protector. It's the reason why I didn't get hurt when I should have got hurt.
That's right.
His purpose protected me. It's the reason why I didn't get cut off when I should have been cut off. His purpose protected me. It's the reason why I came up when I should have went down, because God's purpose protected me. It was God's purpose that protected Peter. And the centurion soldiers couldn't kill him. It was God's purpose that protected Peter. And the winds and the waves had to leave him alone. It was God's purpose that protected Peter. And when he would have went off and never been found again, Jesus says, go get my disciples and Peter. It was God's purpose that protected him. Purpose will protect you.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Come on, I'm finna mess them up. Cause
Yes. 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 Yes.
you know, really saved folks don't do what I'm finna do.
Yes. Yes.
Because Elder Jennifer, when I thought about all the alcohol I did drink, God's purpose protected my liver. Good God.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
When I thought about all the weed I did smoke, God's purpose protected my heart. Yeah. When I thought about all the women I had slept with, God forgive me, have mercy on my soul. I'm sorry. Yeah, he protected my health.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's some graphic stuff.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I know you don't want to see it. I want,
That's
yeah. But his purpose protected me. When I was fooling around with my own health, when I was fooling around with my own life, his purpose for my life protected me. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
When I had a gun in the back, a knife in the sock, his purpose protected me.
That's right.
Yeah, when I was going off making drug deals and meet with other drug dealers to buy drugs and come back and sell them, his purpose protected me. Somebody said, well, what kind of purpose you got? Hey, you can see it right now. I had to preach God's gospel. I had to stand before God's people and preach the word of God. That's my purpose. He protected me for the purpose. Amen. I tell my kids I don't want to listen to rap music, even though I know they do. But Apostle called it the truth of the matter. They don't know about no guns, no drugs, no pimps, no prostitutes. They don't know how to load no Mac 10s. They don't know about no Uzis and no 9mm. Amen. They don't know nothing about that. You ain't never cut up no cocaine. You ain't never done that. You ain't never sold no drugs to no teachers. You listen to all that stuff and you ain't never done none of it. Playing around with the fantasy of it. You ain't lived that life. You ain't about that life. Sit down somewhere and read a book.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Amen. That's right.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't never been pulled out no strip clubs. You ain't never stood on no corners prostituting. You ain't got no crack addiction. You ain't no hot mama. Sit down somewhere.
That's right.
You don't know nothing about no dope boy love. Have a seat.
That's right. You know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. Reverend Van don't have no idea.
That's right. No clue. That's right.
Yeah. I believe it's a rap song. Say you ain't about that life.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna have to preach that one day. You ain't about that life.
That's right. Amen.
But there's been individuals who've been about that life.
That's right.
And they lived through that life.
That's right.
Because God's purpose for their life was greater than that foolishness. The drug dealers who are preaching the gospel because of God's purpose. Right. Yeah, the prostitutes that are preaching the gospel because of God's purpose. The cocaine users and crack abusers and heroin addicts delivered and preaching the gospel because of God's purpose.
That's right. That's right.
Here's a clear indication. Mike, I tell the young folks, it's a clear indication that life is not for you. Because you haven't had to live it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Watch what I say now. Follow me. Because God puts no more on you than you can bear.
That's right. That's right.
And even in it, he makes a way for your escape.
That's right.
The reason why you ain't living the guns, the drugs, the prostitutes, and the pimps, and the pushers, and the cocaine, and the crack is because you couldn't handle that life. It would have been too